Who do you think is the scariest villain in Stranger Things? The Demogorgon? The Mind Flayer? Or Vecna? Most fans choose the monster with the biggest powers, but the truth is, the most terrifying villain isn't the one who can kill you. It's the one who can make you fear your own mind. Vecna doesn't chase his victim. He doesn't need to, because once he chooses you, every tick of the clock brings you one step closer to death. When people talk about the greatest villains in Stranger Things, they usually compare power levels. Who's stronger? Who's harder to defeat? But that's the wrong question. A truly terrifying villain isn't remembered because they're powerful. They're remembered because they make you feel hopeless. And no character in the series does that better than Vecna. So what makes him so different? Let's find out. Vecna doesn't hunt people. He hunts pain. The Demogorgon attacks anyone unlucky enough to cross its path. The Mind Flayer wants control. But Vecna, he searches for something much deeper. Trauma, guilt, fear, loneliness. He studies his victims until he finds the emotional wound they hide from everyone else. Then he uses that pain against them. That's what makes every attack feel personal. You're not just fighting a monster. You're fighting the darkest parts of yourself. 2. He breaks your mind before your body. Most villains attack first. Vecna doesn't. Before he even touches his victims, he traps them inside horrifying visions. They begin hearing the grandfather clock. They lose track of reality. Their worst memories come back again. By the time Vecna finally appears, many of them are already mentally defeated. That's a kind of horror no claws or monsters can match. 3. His victims never see it coming. One of the scariest things about Vecna is how quietly he works. There's no warning, no loud battle, no giant monster crashing through the streets. Everything begins with small, strange signs, a sound, a vision, a nightmare. At first, people think they're imagining things, but by the time they understand the truth, it's already too late. That slow build makes every scene with Vecna incredibly tense. 4. Vecna is more than a monster. Many creatures in the Upside Down act on instinct. Vecna doesn't. He thinks, he plans, he manipulates. Every move has a purpose. Every victim is carefully chosen. He's always several steps ahead. That's what makes him far more dangerous than monsters that rely only on strength. 5. His human past makes him even darker. Perhaps the most disturbing thing about Vecna is that he was once human. He understands emotions, he understands fear, he knows exactly what words and memories will hurt the most. His cruelty isn't random, it's intentional. And that's far more frightening than any mindless creature. 6. Even the strongest heroes fear him. The heroes of Stranger Things have fought monsters before. They've escaped impossible situations. But Vecna forces them into a completely different battle. You can't simply punch your way out. You have to stay mentally strong. Because the moment fear takes over, Vecna gains the advantage. That's why defeating him is never just a physical fight. It's a battle for your mind. The Demogorgon may be the monster that introduced us to the Upside Down. The Mind Flayer may control an army. But Vecna changes the rules completely. He proves that the greatest horror doesn't come from what's hiding in the dark. He turns guilt into a weapon, fear into a prison, and memories into nightmares. That's why Vecna isn't just another villain. He's the most terrifying villain Stranger Things has ever created. But what do you think? Is Vecna truly the scariest villain in Stranger Things? Or do you think another monster deserves that title? Let me know your opinion in the comments.